Ijemma's hands trembled as she took the small baby in her arms. The cry of the newborn echoed through the small hut, but no one would know. No one would know what happened next. Like the others, this baby would be gone by morning, sold to someone far away. In a quiet village in eastern Nigeria, there lived a young woman named Ijemma. She was known for her beauty and charm, but she carried a secret, one that no one could imagine. Ijemma was not married, but she had given birth many times. And each time she had a child, she never kept them. The moment her babies were born, she would secretly sell them to wealthy families in distant cities. It was a secret trade, hidden from her family and neighbors. Ijemma had never told anyone, not even her mother, about her strange dealings. All the village knew was that Ijemma always seemed to have money, more than anyone else. She had fine clothes, good food, and a house that looked newer than most. But no one could say where her wealth came from. It all began when Ijemma was just 16. She was poor, like most of the villagers. One night, after she gave birth to her first baby in secret, a stranger from the city came to her with an offer. He was looking for babies to sell to rich families who could not have children. Desperate for a better life, Ijemma agreed to sell her baby. In exchange for the child, the man gave her a small fortune, a sum she had never seen in her life. From that moment, she realized the power of the secret trade. It was a dark, silent agreement between her and the man. Ijemma didn't have to struggle anymore, and all it cost her was the life of her child. Over the next few years, Ijemma continued this secret business. Every time she became pregnant, she would hide her condition, often staying indoors and making excuses. And when the time came, she would give birth alone in her hut, with no one to witness the miracle. Then the man would come, like a shadow in the night, and take the baby away. In return, Ijemma would receive a heavy bag of coins. The money bought her many things. She had the finest clothes, the most delicious food, and even a new roof for her house. But it also bought her silence. She told no one about what she did, not even when people started asking questions. Ijemma, you have no husband, but you seem to be doing so well. How is that? The women in the village would ask. She would laugh and say she was lucky, that she had distant relatives who sent her money. And they believed her. But not everyone in the village was fooled. There was one woman, Mama Ikim, who had lived long enough to know when something was not right. She had seen Ijemma grow up and had her own suspicions. No one gets rich for no reason, Mama Ikim would say. She often sat by her hut, watching Ijemma's house with sharp eyes. Mama Ikim had seen strange things, men coming and going late at night, women who seemed troubled leaving Ijemma's hut at dawn. But she kept her thoughts to herself, waiting for the right moment. One night, Ijemma gave birth again. This time, the baby was a girl, her skin soft and brown like the soil after rain. Ijemma held the child close, but she knew it was not hers to keep. She had already made the deal. The man would come that night to take her away. But something was different this time. As Ijemma held the child, a strange feeling washed over her. For the first time, she hesitated. The baby's tiny hands clung to her finger, and her heart stirred. Ijemma had never felt this before. She had always been able to let go of the others, but this time it was harder. Just then, there was a knock on the door. The man had arrived. Ijemma stood up, her heart racing. She knew what she had to do. She handed the baby to the man, just as she had done so many times before. But as the man turned to leave, Ijemma felt a sharp pain in her chest. It wasn't just guilt, it was something deeper, something darker. She was losing a part of herself with every baby she sold. The next morning, as the sun rose over the village, Mama Ikim appeared at Ijemma's door. She had seen the man leave in the night and decided it was time to confront the young woman. Ijemma, What are you hiding? Mama Ikin asked, her voice firm. Ijemma tried to deny it at first, but Mama Ikin was persistent. Finally, the truth spilled out like a flood. She told Mama Ikin everything, the babies, the man, the money. Mama Ikin listened quietly, her face unreadable. When Ijemma finished, the old woman spoke. You are playing with something dangerous, child. Life is not something you sell. It is something you cherish. One day, the spirits will come for you. Ijemma felt a cold shiver down her spine. She had always ignored the warnings of the elders, thinking they were just stories. But now, hearing Mama Ikin's words, she wasn't so sure. The next few days were quiet. The man did not return, and Ijemma began to wonder if something had changed. She thought about the last baby, the one she almost kept. Her heart ached in a way it never had before. One night, Ijemma had a dream. In the dream, she was surrounded by all the babies she had sold. They were crying, reaching out for her, but she couldn't touch them. They floated away from her, one by one, disappearing into the darkness. She woke up in a cold sweat, her heart pounding. From that day on, Ijemma's life began to change. She no longer sold babies. She refused to meet with the man again, despite his offers. The money she had saved began to run out, but she didn't care. Something inside her had shifted, and she couldn't go back to the life she had known. But the village did not forget. The whispers grew louder, and soon everyone knew Ijemma's secret. They called her the woman who sold her children. Mothers held their babies closer when she walked by, and people stopped visiting her house. Ijemma was alone, but for the first time in her life, she felt at peace. She had chosen to stop, even if it meant losing everything. She knew she could never make up for what she had done, but she also knew she would never sell another child again. And so, Ijemma lived out the rest of her days in the village, a shadow of the woman she once was. The money was gone, the riches faded, but her heart was finally free. And the babies she had once sold? She could only hope they found peace too, somewhere far away.